The year 1453 was a turning point in history. The great city of Constantinople fell to an invading army. This city was a beacon of Christianity for over 1,000 years. Its fall sent shockwaves across Europe and the East. Many historians see this event as a clear marker of the end of the Middle Ages. Constantinople was more than just a city, it was the heart of the Byzantine Empire. This empire was the last remnant of the ancient Roman Empire. For centuries it had protected Christian Europe from various Eastern invaders. The fall of this city meant the final end of Rome's long story. The Ottoman Turks, led by Sultan Mehmed II, were the conquerors. Their victory was a testament to their rising strength and ambition. With Constantinople as their new capital, they would become a dominant empire. The balance of power in the Mediterranean and beyond was forever altered. The fall pushed Europe to look for new trade routes and accelerated the movement of scholars and ancient texts to the West. These factors would help fuel the Renaissance. While an era ended, another was struggling to be born, shaped by this momentous event. Constantinople was founded by the Roman Emperor Constantine the Great. He chose the site of the ancient Greek city of Byzantium in 330 AD. He envisioned it as a new Rome, the Christian capital of the Eastern Roman Empire. The city's strategic importance cannot be overstated. It controlled the Bosphorus Strait, a vital choke point for trade and military movements. Wealth poured into the city from trade, making it a cosmopolitan hub. Its harbors were always bustling with ships from distant lands. Defending this prized city were its legendary fortifications, especially the Theodosian walls. These walls repelled countless sieges for over 1,000 years. Beyond its military and economic strength, Constantinople was the spiritual heart of Eastern Orthodox Christianity. It was home to magnificent churches, including the Hagia Sophia. This great cathedral was an architectural wonder. The city housed countless holy relics and was a center of learning, art, and theology. For centuries it preserved classical knowledge that had been lost in Western Europe. Its influence on the culture and religion of Eastern Europe and Russia was immense and lasting. Constantinople was a city of immense strategic, economic, and spiritual power. Its fall marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. Sultan Mehmed II was a remarkable figure. He ascended to the Ottoman throne in 1451 at 19 years old. He was highly intelligent and deeply ambitious. His singular goal was the conquest of Constantinople. This city was the ultimate prize. Mehmed's preparations were meticulous and innovative. He built the fortress Rumeli Hisari to control the Bosphorus Strait. This prevented aid from reaching Constantinople. Mehmed assembled a formidable army, including his elite Janissary Corps. He hired Hungarian cannon founder Orban. Orban built enormous bronze cannons, including the basilic. These superguns were designed to shatter Constantinople's walls. Mehmed's meticulous planning set the stage for the siege. His determination was key to the Ottoman success. The conquest of Constantinople cemented his legacy. Mehmed poured all his energy into this grand design. His preparations ensured the success of his campaign. The fall of Constantinople was a testament to Mehmed's brilliance. It marked the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a dominant force. In early April 1453, Sultan Mehmed II's vast army arrived before Constantinople. The defenders within the city were heavily outnumbered, with only around 7,000 fighting men. The psychological pressure was immense as the long-dreaded siege began. The Ottoman assault commenced with a relentless artillery bombardment. Orban's giant cannons began to pound the Theodosian walls. The ground shook with each impact, and the ancient stones began to crumble. Inside the city, Emperor Constantine the Seventh Palaiologos led the defense with courage. He inspired his men by his example, often fighting on the walls himself. A key figure in the defense was Giovanni Giustiniani Longo, a Genoese soldier of fortune. Giustiniani's skill and bravery were crucial in organizing the defense of the most vulnerable sections of the walls. One of Constantinople's key defenses was the Golden Horn, a natural inlet that formed the city's northern harbor. The Byzantines had stretched a massive iron chain across its entrance, preventing enemy ships from entering the harbor. Early in the siege, the Ottoman navy tried to force its way past the boom but was repelled by the Byzantine and allied Italian ships. This small victory provided a much-needed morale boost for the besieged city, but Mehmed was not easily deterred and was already thinking of new strategies. The siege was a desperate race against time and overwhelming firepower. A glimmer of hope appeared for the besieged city in mid-April. 4 Genoese ships, chartered by the Pope, managed to fight their way through the Ottoman blockade. They brought vital supplies and reinforcements, boosting morale. However, this small victory was short-lived. Mehmed II unleashed an audacious and unexpected plan. Frustrated by his navy's inability to enter the Golden Horn, Mehmed decided to transport his ships overland. He ordered his men to build a greased wooden roadway over the hills of Galata. Using thousands of men and oxen, he had dozens of his smaller warships dragged across this road. They were then relaunched into the waters of the Golden Horn, bypassing the defensive chain entirely. This feat was accomplished in a single night, a logistical marvel and a stroke of military genius. The appearance of Ottoman ships inside the Golden Horn was a devastating blow to the defenders. The Byzantines had to divert precious manpower and resources to defend this new front. Mehmed could now attack the city from multiple directions. The siege entered a new, more desperate phase for the defenders. The strategic situation for Constantinople had worsened dramatically. Constantine the Palaiologos, the last emperor of Byzantium, faced an impossible task. His empire was a shadow of its former glory, surrounded by a superior enemy. Yet he refused to surrender, embodying defiance. He chose to fight alongside his people, encouraging his troops. His fate was linked with his city, a figure of tragic heroism. Sultan Mehmed II, young and determined, sought conquest. He personally supervised cannons and assaults. The two leaders represented two worlds and two faiths. One would die a martyr, the other a conqueror. The final assault on Constantinople began in the pre-dawn hours of May 29, 1453. Mehmed II threw wave after wave of soldiers against the Theodosian walls. The fighting was ferocious and desperate. Eventually, Janissaries exploited a poorly secured gate, raising the Ottoman banner. Panic spread as more Ottoman troops poured through the breaches. Emperor Constantine II was last seen fighting bravely